Last week, I dove into another one of Miku's songs produced by Supercell, and I absolutely loved that song. And you guys actually personally loved that I dove into the lyrics and kind of like the meaning behind that song. And you told me that if I wanted to do more song kind of reactions like that, that I should dive into the vocaloid producer Pinocchio P, because he kind of really understands, it seems like, Miku's story and her, her as a character, if you will. So I'm actually very excited to see and dive into it a little bit more and see if I kind of get to know her story a little bit more through Pinocchio P. So today we're going to dive into one of his newer songs you guys suggested called Rejected Diva. And I think maybe like for future song reactions for Pinocchio P, maybe like for the older songs, maybe I'll knock out like 3 or 4 in a one video, or maybe if you prefer that I just do his reactions in just like one song per video. However, we'll experiment with it and just see how it turns out. But for right now, let's focus on Rejected Diva and see what this song is all about. So let's go to this thing. Here we go. Miku! She's retiring? What? Ooh! This is gonna be fun. Okay, so this is gonna be essentially like the old Miku retiring, and she's gonna basically hold auditions for a new Miku to come in instead. Very fascinating. This is interesting. Okay. Dang, harsh critic. This is sick production. Ooh. What a clever way of honestly incorporating the almost tempo, we'll say, increase in the song to say like, okay, let's pick up the pace like through the lyrics of the song, because this is the beauty of it, is because she's basically represented through a voice voice bank. Basically, Pinocchio P can essentially speed up the entire song by just speeding up at the pace at which her voice bank, if you will, sings, if you will, quote unquote, in a way. So it's really cool that he can basically pick up the pace of the song without having to have like an actual human being sing faster or have to, pick up their speed of their vocals, because the problem with that is sometimes when you pick up the tempo of a song and you have an actual true vocalist in there, if you make their vocal sound really fast, it might not really match well with the actual tempo itself. So sometimes you have to essentially almost keep the human vocal slow, or at least, place it in the song in a way that's not going to sound like it's like on speed, if you will, while you also then are able to increase the production speed and it still makes sense. But when you have a voice bank like this, he can just kind of input the voice bank in whatever way he needs to for it to still go fast but make sense with the tempo of the song. So you can see, if we go back here, see, we're in this original pace right now. I'm just gonna say speed it up a little bit. Watch. See, you can tell it's like the dun 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 dun. You can see the speed. So if you look here, And then we go to the next part. See, it's so much faster. It sounds so fast, but it's very natural. It works with the rest of the production still, though. It's so sick. See, never a little faster. Hell yeah. So sick. I love the production. What I really like about this is the entire message is so well thought out. It's the idea, I think, of, this is at least my own interpretation, we'll say, obviously, but it's like she said, Miku is like, I'm going to retire and I'm going to have somebody replace me. But in the long run, it really, I think, goes deeper beyond that. It's the idea of saying, hey, here's the opportunity. It's almost like a test, if you will. Here's the opportunity to be the next Miku, to be able to be in my place, to be able to fill my shoes. And all these people keep coming in saying like, hey, I have the pigtails. Hey, I'm going to sing the best I can. Hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make people happy. And Miku's over here like, nope, disqualified. Nope, not good enough. Not good enough. Goodbye. Not good enough. And that rejection is essentially saying, hey, stop looking up to somebody like Miku, for example. It doesn't have to just be Miku. It can be, you know, the idea of looking up to other artists, looking up to actors, and looking up to, you know, anybody who's like big, has a big name behind themselves and whatnot. We, I think, tend to, as human beings, want to almost like kind of mirror our life off of those people. We want to be able to be as beautiful as a Kardashian. We want to be as fit and as, like, you know, in shape as someone like The Rock or any of these other, like, you know, basketball players, football players, whatever the case may be, and whatnot. We try so hard to mirror our life after those individuals that we don't focus on ourselves and who we are and what we bring to the table as our own individual self. So you can see in this lyric here, she says, though you cannot become me, please cherish that limited time you call life. So she's saying so beautifully here, hey, cherish the time you have in your own life and stop focusing on trying to, at least in this song, be like me, trying to replace me and be the next Miku. Why focus on being the next Miku? For me, for example, why should I focus on being the next Miku when I can focus on being the best Tyler? You know? So I think that's what's so beautiful about this song, is it's basically saying, stop trying to be like others, be yourself, love who you are, because who you are is amazing, and you have amazing, amazing things you can bring to the world for yourself. And that's just such an incredible, amazing message. I love that to pieces. Pinocchio P nailed this song. So freaking good. A little bit of breaking the third wall there, saying I've been pretending to be a human when she is obviously very much not a human because she's just a voice bank and a character, if you will. Very, very cool. Very cool way to break the fourth wall there. I love this so much. So good. See, she's also kind of saying, hey, don't basically live a life like me where I don't even really exist. You're essentially, she's basically saying, go live and, go love, laugh, or whatever she says here. What does she say? Oh yeah, go laugh and cry as humans do. She's basically also saying, go take advantage of the things that you all, meaning us humans, can do that I can't do. She is not capable of laughing. She's not capable of crying because, like we said, or it's just like we know, she's just a voice bank. And so it's almost like she's almost like essentially like a robot where she doesn't have the ability to do the things that us humans do. So again, take advantage of that. Instead of looking up to her, trying to replace her, trying to be her, instead of us almost in a way, in a very, very dramatic type of situation here, instead of us trying to become a voice bank like her, let's enjoy the things that we as humans can do, like laugh and cry and feel emotions and whatnot. It's also kind of like the next layer that she's kind of adding on to it also, which is so cool. She's gonna continue as Miku, yay! I do not exist. You're welcome. I absolutely accept you for who you are, Miku. I don't care if you're not real. You're awesome. I love you. You're awesome. Hell yeah. Anyways, okay. Let's talk about this a little bit. So I'm already kind of broke down what I think my interpretation of the song is, so I'm not going to go into that any more than I have to. But what I will just say is I'll just reiterate the idea of the fact that it's so important that as much as we want to have those people we look up to in our lives, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay to look up to our favorite artists, to our favorite actors, to our favorite, guitarist, favorite, painter, whatever. We all have our inspirations, and I think that that's okay to have. Like for me, like as a music producer, electronic producer, whatever you want to say, there is plenty of electronic producers that I've looked up to who I'm like, dang, if I can be able to make music at his caliber or her caliber one day, that would be amazing. But I also know that I can't just basically take my sound and make it sound as close to them as possible. I need to be able to take essentially what I can learn from them and their music production skills or the little things that they do and apply it to my own sound and be able to say, hey, INTYLR, this is my music. I didn't just copycat somebody else because I wanted to sound exactly like them because their stuff sounds good and mine doesn't. It's about taking the techniques you can learn and like almost like the, I guess, messages from the people we look up to and applying it to our own lives and bettering our own lives through that. So, like Miku said, she's not human. She's just a voice bank. So, let's as humans take advantage of that and be happy that we're able to feel things like love, be able to cry, be able to feel happiness and whatnot. And let's just be humans. Don't worry about others and how they think about you, or don't worry about how how other people are living their life and whatnot. Live yours to the best of the ability, because you only have one life. So why not live to the fullest? And I love that. Gosh, I already love Pinocchio P after one reaction, and I would love to dive into more from him. You guys already kind of gave me some suggestions on the previous video I did, but if you wanted to take the time now to actually really take the time to give me some good suggestions in the comments in this video, go ahead and let me know, because I love this guy. This guy's awesome. His production's incredible. I love the lyrics and kind of him giving a little bit of this more backstory to Miku, and it's just so cool. I love it to pieces. So anyways, guys, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel by clicking down below, and of course, because it's my first time reacting to Pinocchio P, I'll go ahead and place my reactions playlist for other vocaloid songs I've reacted to over here, and show my serious reaction already over here. As always, thank y'all so much for watching and showing the support, and I will see you all in the next video. Alright guys, bye!